Imagine the ground beneath your feet is on fire, not a wildfire, not a gas leak. A fire that has been burning underground since 1962. A fire that has never been put out. This is Centralia, Pennsylvania, and what happened here is one of the strangest disasters in American history. In May 1962, Centralia was a small coal mining town with a garbage problem. Trash had been piling up in an old strip mine pit near the Odd Fellows Cemetery, roughly 300 feet wide, 75 feet deep. So, on May 27th, the Borough Council did what towns across America did back then. They authorized the volunteer fire company to simply burn it. The fire was lit, the trash burned. Everything looked fine. But after a few hours, something was wrong. The fire didn't die down, it kept smoldering beneath the surface. Firefighters were called in. They poured water over the landfill, and the flames went out. Then they came back. They put them out again. They came back again, 3 times in 2 weeks. Nobody knew it yet, but the fire had already escaped. In late June, crews inspecting the landfill found a hole, about 15 feet wide, at the base of the pit wall. It wasn't just damage, it was a doorway. The fire had broken through into the abandoned coal mines beneath the town. Miles of tunnels, decades of untouched coal, an almost unlimited fuel source, completely hidden underground. By the time anyone understood what had happened, the fire was already deep inside the earth, moving through the coal seams, spreading in every direction. And there was almost nothing anyone could do about it. For years, officials tried to fight back. In November 1962, crews drilled into the ground, trying to flood the burning areas with water. The fire was in too many places at once. By spring 1963, the money ran out. The project stopped, the fire didn't. A trench was dug to act as a barrier, to cut the fire off from fresh coal. But there were delays, and before the trench was completed, the fire had already crossed the line. By 1967, new drilling revealed the fire had reached 225 feet underground, too deep for any trench or barrier to stop. In 1969, engineers tried pumping a mix of water and fly ash, a coal byproduct, underground to smother it. By the time it was deployed, the fire had already spread beyond the containment zones. Between 1962 and 1978, state and federal governments spent $3.3 million trying to stop this fire. Drilling, flooding, trenching, everything failed. And beneath the town, the fire kept growing. For over a decade, residents lived above it, mostly unaware of how bad things had gotten. Then, the fire started making itself known. In 1979, a local gas station owner was checking his underground fuel tanks. The gasoline temperature read 77 degrees Celsius. The heat from below had nearly reached the surface. In 1980, dangerous carbon monoxide levels were detected inside St. Ignatius School. Invisible, odorless, deadly gas seeping up through the ground into a building full of children. The town was no longer just sitting above a fire, it was being poisoned by it. But the moment that changed everything came on February 14, 1981. 12-year-old Todd Domboski was walking outside his home when the ground simply opened up beneath him. A sinkhole, 150 feet deep, swallowed him whole. He was surrounded by heat, smoke, and toxic gases rising from the mines far below. He survived. He grabbed a tree root, and someone pulled him out. But the message was impossible to ignore. Centralia's ground could give way at any moment. The earth itself had become dangerous. Over the years that followed, the government offered buyouts. Most residents accepted and left. By the 1990s, over 1,000 homes had been demolished. Around 3,000 people had abandoned the town they grew up in. Today, Centralia is nearly a ghost town. A few stubborn residents remain. The roads are cracked. Steam still rises from the ground. The fire has now burned for over 60 years, and geologists estimate it could burn for another 250. No one started this disaster with bad intentions. It was a trash fire on a spring afternoon, but one undetected hole in a pit wall connected a small flame to miles of coal underground, and nothing was ever the same again. The town is almost gone, but the fire is still there, still burning, unstoppable, invisible, and far from over.